Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eric McKinley once again, coming to you from our office right here in Columbia, South Carolina. Guys, we are located at 1345 Garner Lane, Building 101, Suite A. The phone number is 803-848-0070. Once again, we're at Building 1345 Garner Lane, Building 101, Suite A. Okay. We're at Columbia, South Carolina, 29210, and the phone number is 803-848-0070. So, guys, once again, my name is Eric McKinley. If you don't know me, I'm a financial strategist, and I am a one-half owner of Your Why Financial Coaching Services, LLC. And what we do is we provide better financial strategies for people who are looking to get themselves in a better financial situation, to include increasing your cash flow, minimizing your expenses, your debt, your taxes, creating some type of business income, also to ensure you to learn to have some money to invest. Investment education is very important. And then finally, we also help with credit repair. So there's a lot of individuals out there who need the services that we have. Lots of people are going to be smart. So if you're one of those people, this is not for you. But if you're somebody who's looking to improve, enhance their financial situation, if you are not a know-it-all, if you're someone who wants to do better because you believe that you deserve better, then this is for you. Too easy, right? So what we're going to talk about now is consumer debt. So as you jump on, I appreciate already Clyde. I see Cameron, Larry. I see Lysandria, Shauna, thank you. I appreciate you guys for jumping on. Please drop your city and your state like Mr. Clyde George did. Drop your city and your state. I'd like to know where I'm broadcasting to, okay? Drop your city and your state. And then if it makes sense to you guys, start liking it right now. Start sharing it right now, because we know that there's a lot of people out there. Oh, yeah, that's my buddy from Kentucky. Okay, yeah, remember you. Hey, there's a lot of people out there who need this information. Now, this is not to embarrass anyone or to step on anybody's toes. This is merely intended for educational purposes, guys. This is merely intended for educational purposes. So let me get my educator right here, right? This is my educator. So I'm in my office and I'm just sitting down wondering, man, how can I benefit from today? How can I share some information with the masses that's going to actually add value to them and actually maybe, get somebody's attention? So I thought about one of the trainings that one of my mentors actually shared with me, and it's called The Bloody Mess. Okay, but I did a little bit of addition to it, right? I did the 420 Bloody Mess. Now listen, y'all, I ain't hating, right? I understand what's going on. People out there celebrating 420, they're getting blitzed, flamed. They're getting it right, and that's cool. But let's think about this, man. Let's celebrate 420 in a different way. Let's get our finances blitzed. Let's get our finances flamed. Let's get our finances on fire. So that's what I meant by this. This is the bloody mess, okay? And if you can read this, I hope you can. I'm gonna read this out for you. Interest is the penalty you pay for the right to own something in advance that you cannot afford. I say that again. Interest is the penalty that you pay for the right to own something in advance that you cannot afford. So I want you to understand this, okay? Interest. Interest is something that's tacked on to debt. Debt is nothing free, okay? And it's real serious, guys, because consumer debt is at an all-time high. I'm talking about credit card debt, student loan debt, personal loans, vehicle debt, anything that's out there, man. We are in debt. Mortgages, we're in debt, man. Medical, we're in debt. And I say we because I'm working on some debt myself. But through some strategies that I've learned exactly what it means to be in debt, and then how I got there. And then I learned how to actually eliminate that debt just by doing using some strategies, okay? So let's do this thing, man. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? All right, man. let's go ahead and get this thing cracking, okay? So, like I said, interest is the penalty that you pay for the right to own something in advance that you cannot afford. And we're talking about the bloody mess, but this is the 420 edition, right? We're going to get our finances on fire. So let's imagine that you have a $5,000 debt. Let's say it's a credit card. Remember, guys, around holiday time, people were getting things in the mail, and they were saying, you know what, I want to make this Christmas the best Christmas ever. And they send you a $5,000 credit card, but what you didn't know is that it came with something called high interest. Because of the consumer debt that we have, a lot of us have bad credit scores as well. So let's just imagine you owe $5,000. $5,000, okay? That's not too far-fetched. $5,000 on a credit card. Now, let's say you're going to pay, this is just examples, right? You're going to pay $100 per month, okay? $100 per month, that's the minimum payment. Now, if you're anything like me, I grew up, didn't know a lot about finances, but and I left home really early. I was in the military, so I left home really early. So what I learned about finances, I learned a lot on my own. And the whole idea behind it was that, you know, I was hanging around people that said, you know what, as long as you pay your bills on time, you're good. But guess what, guys? I was not good. The only people that were good were the banks, because as long as I paid them on time and did not pay more than the minimum, I was hurting, okay? So it wasn't just paying them on time. It was like paying more than the minimum. So let's say because I had bad credit, I'm going to do this to me, not to you. Because I had bad credit, my interest rate was 21%. Man, that's high, right? But because I didn't understand how finances work, I didn't understand interest rates, I didn't know that was high. I wanted the money, I used it, that's what I did, okay? So the monthly interest rate, and the way we're going to figure this monthly interest rate out is we're going to take that 21%, and then, guys, we're going to take and divide that by the number of months that are in the year. Too easy, right? Which is 12 months. So when we divide 21% by 12, the number of months, we're going to get 1.75%. Let me get out of the way so you can see that. 1.57%. So that doesn't look too bad, right? That's because we don't understand, a lot of us don't understand compounded interest. See, this is compounded interest. This is not simple interest. See, simple interest means that if I borrow $100 from, let's say, I think Jeff is on here. Hey, what's going on, Jeff? Thanks for jumping on. Pierre, Richard, thanks for jumping on. Hey, Anita, Teresa, thanks for jumping on. So imagine I borrow $100 from Jeff, and Jeff says, hey, Eric, you know what? You can borrow this $100, but you're going to owe me 20% interest. I said, okay, cool, Jeff. That's cool. I can do that. You know, I can do 20% interest. That's fine. So check it out. I paid Jeff back $120. Too easy, right? Well, that's simple interest. See, the banks don't deal with simple interest. See, the banks aren't simple at all. The banks deal with compounded interest. And because they do, they're going to take that 1.75% and they're going to compound that monthly, okay? So in order to figure out your interest payment, you're going to have to take that 1.75 and move the decimal over 2 spaces. So it's going to be 0.0175, right? That's how we're going to figure this thing out, times multiplied by the amount of the loan, which is $5,000. That's going to equal your interest payment. So your interest payment is going to be equal to $87.50. Now, you probably say, you know, cool. Now I got my interest payment, right? Now, I want you to understand something. If your interest payment is $87.50 and your principal, the monthly payment, your minimum monthly payment is $100, that means that $87.50 of this money is going towards the interest, which is this. No bueno. That's not good, okay? That means that your principal payment is what's left over. What's left over is $12 Something else we probably didn't know. The other thing we probably didn't know was that, hey, we got two payments here. We got a principal payment and we got an interest payment. Nobody told us at the beginning of the contract. They just told us that, hey, look, we had $100 minimum payment, and we figured as long as we made the minimum payment that we would be okay. Not so. So we got two payments that we're making, but they're rolled up into one. And when they get that payment, they disperse part of it to the principal, part of it to the interest. Guess what they pay first? Yeah, the interest, because the interest is their money, okay? So now, this is your reality, and this is some harsh reality, all right? This is some harsh reality. So the reality is $5,000, right? This is how we're going to get this, divided by $12.50 equals the amount of time it's going to take you to pay this thing back. If you pay the minimum, okay? 400 months. Y'all feel me? If you continue to pay the minimum, which is $100 on a $5,000 debt, pay the minimum, with $12.50 going towards the principal, it's going to take you 400 months to pay this thing off. That's a slap in the face, and it's enough to make somebody mad. It should be enough to make somebody want to get their finances in order, right? So your sentencing, and just so you know, it's just like you in jail. Your sentencing is this: 400 months, right? Because that's how long it's going to take you to pay this, divided by the number of months in a year, which is 12, equals, y'all with me? Y'all with me? 33 years. If you pay the minimum, it's going to take you 33 years to pay this debt off. Now, I don't know if you understand this or not. I just said 33 years, guys. That's equivalent to a mortgage. And if you don't understand the word mortgage, go back and look it up. You can Google it. Mortgage, mort means to death. 30 years, man. And this is more than 30 years. So check it out. This is what your bank is going to get out of the deal. Okay? The bank is going to get that $87.50. Remember, because that's the interest. They're going to get that $87.50, right? Times how many months? How many months, guys? Y'all with me? Times 400 months, right? Equals $35,000. Wow. $35,000. Guys, I don't know about you. I got to check my phone. I don't know about you, but this is some crazy stuff, right? Because if we understand that paying the minimum on a high interest, whatever it is, whether it's a card, credit card, whether it's a car, whether it's a student loan, if we understand that paying the minimum is going to take us out to forever, then we have to understand that the only way that we're going to pay this thing off is to pay more than the minimum. Number one, pay more of the minimum to the principal and not just put it on the payment, because if we don't direct where it's supposed to go, they're going to put it on the interest. Guys, it's so many people out there in debt right now, and we're in debt due to lack of financial literacy, lack of financial education. Don't worry about what the person to the left of you is doing or the person on the right to you is doing. Don't worry about them. If you got somebody that's in your life and they're trying to pour some positive value into your life, stick with them. If they're not trying to do anything for you to help you, get them out of your area. Guys, light this thing up, man. 420, light it up. Light your debt up, put it on fire, and let's get this thing cracking. Hey, guys, my name is Eric McKinley. Like I always say, when you know better, you can do better. And the only knowledge that's powerful is applied knowledge. Get back with me or the person that shared this video with you so you can expedite getting yourself out of debt, because we have plans to get us out of debt. We got plans to increase our credit score. We got plans to put ourselves on a better financial track. And you guys have a happy 420.